Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Caravan of Garbage, where we're capping off. Finishing.
You'll watch this video and then you'll switch it off.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a pun.
Switch off the video.
Yeah.
This guy thinks it's 2008.
All right, fine. You won't switch off anything. The videos will keep going and you'll get radicalized by something. This is vaguely patriotic, so the next video will be something extremist. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's good. We love it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We're looking at Captain America Civil War, the final in the Captain America trilogy.
For now. Chris Evans has said, I'm open to literally anything. I'll be any character in any movie, even movies that don't exist.
So this one, though, unlike the other two, I feel like it involves a bit of homework. You can't really go in blind to this. Hold that thought, though, till the end, but go on.
No, you're right.
You kind of got to know roughly what's going on. I mean, they show you a flashback to, like, the Avengers breaking a bunch of stuff. This movie should be called The Avengers Consequences. Or The Avengers, We're Sorry, all right? We didn't think about it.
Or The Avengers Germany, watch out. The Avengers German air travelers, watch out. Maybe take the train.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe go on the Autobahn.
Yes.
Yes. You been on the Autobahn?
No.
It's fast. It's true what people say.
Yeah.
It's very fast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, only if you make it fast.
That's true.
You can slow it right down.
That's true. Now, this was initially going to be a smaller movie.
Oh,
There's a bit of a kind of story behind how we got here.
Is it
if you don't
interesting?
mind. No.
Okay, carry on then.
You can skip this, Mason, when you watch the video.
I can't skip it now.
When you watch the video, you can skip it.
Yeah,
you can close the video, which you won't.
No, I want to be radicalized.
So yeah, it was always going to have Zemo, but the story was going to be about a mad bomb, which is something from the comics. And this particular version, it turns people insane and violent, and humanity turns on each other at the end, and Captain America has to fight Black Widow and Falcon or whatever, and they're like, just remember who you are, you got a mad bomb happen to you.
Wait, so who's been mad bombed in this situation? Everyone?
I guess.
That classic comic book trope, except everybody's yelling at everybody else. Remember who you are! No, you remember who you are! I think this guy's wrong. Well, I think you're wrong.
Whoa, that's political.
Yeah.
But Kevin Feige was like, no, big movie. And they went, oh, what do you mean? He's like, we'll do like Civil War.
Feige want big movie!
Yeah. He wanted to do a big Civil War, and they were like, well, the writers were like, well, we don't have Fantastic Four, we don't have the mutants, we don't have the Negative Zone, which plays into that. And Kevin Feige was like, no, big movie Civil War.
Feige say fix problems with script you have. Fix them.
But there was a problem behind this because at this point in the Marvel timeline, the real world, Mason, Ike Perlmutter pictured here.
Ugh.
Why is this picture? It's always... Ben, mute the sound that it makes. He can't. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
He wanted to make it a smaller movie without Robert Downey Jr. because he cost a boatload of money. Maybe replace him with the Hulk, which I don't really think works for this. What if the Hulk worked with General Ross?
Yeah. Maybe replace Chris Evans with J.D. Salinger's kid, who was Captain America in those other movies.
Save some money, mate. Yeah. And there was also this Marvel oversight panel. I don't know if you remember that also. There was a
You're
number
talking
of
about the World
names on it.
Security Council.
That, but also in the real world. That's why Age of Ultron is kind of just like... Because it's, you know, it's the same
as the first one.
kind of thing, right? That's what they were after. So at the end of this one, also the Avengers were just going to fight all the super soldiers. They were going to come together for that. And the directors of this, the Russo brothers, they were like, no, that's boring. We'll leave if we have to do that. We'll leave. We'll make more Community if that's currently uncancelled at the moment, Mason. So Kevin Feige, and you probably remember this, he went directly to Disney CEO Bob Iger and says, I'll quit. I'll leave.
Feige will leave.
Yeah, DC will take me. Anybody will take me. The Millerverse will take me.
Yeah.
The Bloodshot universe will take me.
That's right.
Even Sony will take me. Watch me make an incredible Morbius universe.
The Nightman universe will take me. That's right. That jazz guy who got superpowers. Remember him?
I do remember that. Oh, yeah.
Feige could get that going.
So, yeah, he had a big sook to Bob Iger.
Yes, I know the Ultraverse is owned by Marvel.
I mean, now.
Don't at me.
Now it is. Was it then? I don't know.
It probably
Yeah,
is.
we know that. Both of us already knew that. Don't even bother telling us. So Bob Iger just went, yep, you've got no more oversight. Report directly to Disney chairman Alan Horn. Ike Perlmutter, we talked about this when we looked at the Inhumans TV show, which was going to be a movie. Feel free to check out that video if you want. He was given the TV department, which slowly became... Well, it started okay. You know, there was some good Netflix stuff, and then it was just like, whatever. Then they rebooted into, and it was good, and then it's like, whatever. We're kind of back there, I guess. I don't know. Where are we at with TV? It doesn't matter.
Some of it's good.
Yeah.
I watched an episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier after I watched this last night. It was good.
Did you watch the bit at the end where the Falcon was like, be better politicians, be Bit good to each other.
No, I'm going to skip that bit. Yeah.
Did they give him a real bird in it? Like they should have in this? Absolute cowards.
A bird that he has telepathic communication with. No, they didn't do that.
Unbelievable. Anyways, Bullets and Blockbusters, the YouTube channel, it's got a great summary of all of this if you do want to check that out. But this is a real who watches the Watchmen situation, Mason. Anthony Mackie referred to this movie before it came out as Avengers 2.5.
Oh, yes.
Do you think that's true?
Yes.
Do you think they would have made...
Because all the Avengers are in it.
Yeah, do you think they should have called it Avengers...
I think they should have called it Avengers 2.5.
But anyway, Iron Man in this. I love this version of Tony Stark.
Tony Stark.
He is kind of tight. He's got those big shoes, doesn't he?
That's right.
No, I love this version of Tony Stark. He's depressed. He's broken up with. He's sad. I love it, Mason. It makes me happy to see him miserable.
A fictional character is sad.
Yeah, I like that.
Sure, he's got it all, but sometimes he loses it all and he's not real.
Yeah, and he's not real. And sometimes he builds a hologram room to say goodbye to his parents or whatever.
And then he just shows everyone.
Yeah, he just shows everyone. What a loser.
Right?
Imagine bearing your soul in a hologram room to a group of students.
Yuck.
I was a teacher. I would never have done that, Mason. You wouldn't catch me having an emotion.
Yeah. They would have been like, spend $600 million on that. Cringe. Cringe.
They probably would.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if an actual billionaire did that? Like the response. One of them should do it.
I think so too. Yeah.
I mean, they're doing other stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's interesting that his character and his motivations, and not just in this movie, but some of the others, it's based on selfishness and guilt. You know, he's like, well, I feel this way because someone was mean to me, so I think everybody should work for the government now.
It's
Like, he's a fucking lunatic. I love
finally
it.
faced consequences. All my assistants weren't near me for a moment, and a normie got close to me and said something mean. And now it's changed my whole stance on life.
You didn't like that, yeah. Anyway, I like his inclusion. I think he's just very interesting in this one. I think, you know, you could easily just go do what they were previously doing up to this point. Not in all of them, but just, you know, quip away and he's having a fun time and whatever. But there's a little bit of depth in this before he gets a little bit more depth later and then dies. Spoiler alert. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, you probably did. I think we talked about it when it came out and a lot since.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we got to talk about the evolution of Stephen Grant Rogers.
Is that his middle name?
Yep.
Huh.
What do you think of his hair? Because you said worst hair last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little better, but it's you know.
What? What?
Again, it's not his best hair, I don't
You want a bit of length to it. That's what I think you're
I
after.
do want a bit of length, yeah.
Beard or no beard? Mustache or no mustache?
Mustache.
Yeah, because in the comic book Civil War, he goes undercover. He goes into hiding and he's got a little mustache, doesn't he?
I don't think
I'm
so.
pretty confident he does.
Okay.
Ben, find the picture.
And if it doesn't exist, I guess you're going to have to
Ben,
make
make the picture. Do you know what I don't like?
Go on.
All the kissing he's doing. Stop it, Stephen Grant, Captain America.
it. You think so?
Yeah, I don't
that
like
one
it.
kiss he had.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be kissing her because his aunt or something, according to you. Because we talked about this last week.
Oh, I see.
He's not an aunt. You know what I mean? We talked about it. We covered it extensively.
Sure.
But you're of the mindset
Yes.
that he went back in time and married Peggy Carter.
Yes.
Which means that he would have known her at some point. In the
Oh,
future,
I
in
see.
his future.
We don't know that, though.
Well, that's what you think.
Well, I think I think the first part is true. I think that he went back in time and married this dimension's Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe Peggy and Sharon didn't hang out that much. I mean, they're not.
She spoke at her funeral.
Yeah.
I guess all her other friends were probably dead.
Yeah. Oh, also, I would say I think that single shot of Bucky and Sam in the Volkswagen when he kisses Sharon Carter and they're both like that's the best shot I think in the trilogy.
Trilogy?
Just them perving going yeah.
Not the bit where Captain America is surrounded by flamethrowers in the first one?
Nope, it's it's the boys going yeah.
Not the footage of me climbing that flagpole? So yeah, a lot of this is about the smaller moments, you know, and character development and espionage, much like the previous movie. But of course, it does have big, incredible comic book moments. And I'm not just talking about the airport, which I do want to talk about. I think my favorite fight in this is Hawkeye versus the Vision. It's just very funny.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
those two would even be in the same room swinging at each other.
Hawkeye is trying his best.
Yeah, he really is.
It's just he had a whole career in espionage and then this superhero stuff happened and he's like, yeah, maybe I should retire.
Yeah.
This is outside of my wheelhouse, honestly. Usually when I shoot a guy with an arrow, he dies.
But yeah, the airport stuff is just unreal. I think we saw this in IMAX,
Maybe.
when it came out. Maybe. I maintain, and I'm sure I've said this for every Ant-Man sequel, all the best Ant-Man stuff is in other movies.
Right.
I think the funniest stuff is in other movies.
Yeah.
I think all the action beats are in other movies. And I don't necessarily think that's the fault of the Ant-Man movies, because Peyton Reed wanted to do Giant Man in his Ant-Man sequel.
Which he did in the second one, but of course,
We
by
saw
that
it.
point, it's been done in this, and it's been done in a sequence where he shocks both teams by becoming Giant Man, and then he starts swinging planes around.
Yeah. And then in his own movie, he like scooters around on a truck, which is like good, I guess.
Sure.
It's not as good as punching Spider-Man out of the air or
Right?
whatever happened
And
to
of course, this movie, of course, we get the debut of the MCU Spider-Man.
Yes. Before we get to that, I just also want to say that the Wasp was apparently going to make her debut in this initially. That didn't end up happening for any number of reasons. I think Evangeline Lilly was pregnant, and there's already a bunch of characters in this. So at least he got to introduce the Wasp.
So true.
So there you go.
Ant-Man but wings.
Exactly. But
And lasers.
yeah, gauntlets and karate, more karate. Apparently Peyton Reed, though, the director of those movies, he was, initially like, oh, that sucks that I don't get to do Giant Man. And that does suck. But at least you got to do Quantum Mania.
You got to do even smaller Ant-Man, which is nice.
But
isn't it?
sometimes he was big, but he was still small because he was in Quantum Realm.
That's right.
And Bill Murray was there.
Feige was like, you can do small, but he's still kind of big, man.
Yeah.
Have you thought about? Look, there's so many options, Peyton. Don't panic.
Yeah.
You can do. He's small, but he's still kind of big. But he's big, but actually, when you think about it, he's still very small.
That's right. And we'll give you Bill Murray. Do you want that? Do you want this whole movie to look like it was filmed in a cupboard? We can give you that. Do you want that? So yeah, we got the debut of two comic book characters. Well, not really the debut of Spider-Man, because he debuted in the comics in I want to say 1810.
Here we go. This guy.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was 1810.
Yeah, it was 1810. So Spider-Man, of course, got rebooted.
You don't want to do a second take of that?
Do you think I should, Mason? Or do you
Nah.
think I nailed it?
No, I think you know.
Do you think anybody's going to say anything?
No, not after this.
Okay, good.
I think everybody's going to switch off their video.
So they were kind of, when this movie was being developed, they weren't sure which superheroes to include. And then they ended up just including Black Panther and Spider-Man because they got the rights to Spider-Man. Sony initially were like, no, we've got this under control. We're going to make the Amazing Spider-Man 3. And then that all fell through. And then Kevin Feige had a meeting with Amy Pascal where he basically said, just give it to me.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Give it to Feige.
Yeah. And she didn't like that.
Feige made good movie.
He did. And but it ended
For a
up
while.
For a while.
For a long while.
Yeah, there's still some good stuff popping up, Mason.
Agreed.
Didn't you watch whatever the latest thing was, whatever that was?
Yeah, what's the latest thing? It was pretty good.
What was it?
It was pretty good.
But what was it? What if?
Maybe.
Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah. Yep.
So they ended up bringing in, for the first time, an actual teenager playing Peter Parker. Obviously very irresponsible to bring a boy into a cinematic adaptation of the movie, of the comic book Civil War. That seems dangerous. But how do you feel about the suit? Bearing in mind they changed it completely. So it looks like one thing on set. They were maybe going to do the Iron Spider at one point because that's
Yeah, right.
the version that appears in the comic.
I'm
Seems a little
torn,
early.
James. I'm torn.
Yeah. You're a lad of faith. You're Natalie and Brugler.
I'm Atlee and Brugler it.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, I like the Spider-Man suit to be just red and blue. I don't like to be red and blue and black. You know that about me, James.
Yeah, I know
But at
that.
the same time, I did enjoy, it has a touch of the 1970s Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man to
Totally.
it. It is a little bit MCU-ified, but it does have that kind of 70s spandex look about it. And
Yeah.
especially in the way it moved, I thought that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, for an entirely CGI suit also, it looks, I mean, it's very smooth, and I know people have made that complaint before, but it adheres to his body. It's like it's a dynamic fabric or something. I don't fucking know. But they CGI over the top of most of these suits. Like Black Panther is, for the most part, CGI in a lot of this, and that suit, I think, looks incredible. But speaking of, so Black Panther's involved in this because his father gets killed in an explosion. They think it's Bucky Barnes, but it was actually Baron Zemo. He doesn't wear the mask. He does in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know if you saw that episode, Mason, but I think he puts on a purple mask in that.
And he does a little dance, yes.
Does a little dance, yeah. He says also about his father, in my culture, death is not the end. Which is true. If you die in this universe and you're a Black Panther, you get to hang out at a magic tree or whatever.
Go in the Neon Forest. The Neon Forest Afterlife.
But yeah, Chadwick Boseman, I mean, incredible find. Apparently he was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer the year that this was released. So yeah, he was battling it for a while through, making a lot of these movies. Just seeing him in this, I'm like, God, that sucks.
I agree.
I could name other Avengers I wish would have died, Mason.
James, please don't.
I could do it though.
I know you could.
You've seen my list?
Yeah.
It's more of a manifesto.
Yes. It's a little red book with a star on the front. You notice they locked that thing up? I would just make copies of it.
Yeah?
It's just some words.
It is just words, or you can remember it.
Just remember it.
Yeah, just remember it.
In fact, if I were the Winter Soldier in that scene where Baron Zemo pretends to be the psychiatrist and shows up and tells him all the words to activate his mental condition, I would simply have released my arms and then just covered my ears with my hands before he could say the last
la
couple
la
words.
la 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 la.
Exactly. Eventually, Zemo would get tired and he would leave.
He would have to leave.
He would have to leave, yeah.
Yeah, or someone would come and get him and go, mate.
Come on, mate. We've all had a drink. You've had a go. It didn't work out. A fair go,
There you go.
but off you go.
Yeah, you got to get out of here, man. Yeah, I love the ending in this because it obviously ends in a big punch up, and I do also love seeing Tony Stark just get absolutely fucking pummeled. I enjoy that a lot, Mason.
Uh-huh.
I like the pain that this fictional character gets inflicted upon him. I've always enjoyed that.
Why is that?
Because he's an asshole. Like
He is, it's true.
and he's so smug and thinks he's right about everything, and he does learn and grow and makes great sacrifices. But just people just being like, "Nah, we'll beat you up. We're your mates, and we're gonna beat you up."
Right?
I think that's good.
Is he the guy in the friend group where, like, if he got punched at a bar, you'd be like, oh, that's crook, but at the same time, you'd be like, you can't.
I get it.
Yeah, we get it. I get it, actually.
Yeah, because as mentioned initially, it was going to be they all fight super soldiers, and that's just not very interesting, is it?
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, and even though they obviously revealed it in the trailer, and you get that iconic comic book shot of them coming together and the blast and the shield and whatever. Actually seeing that in live action was just so awesome, and seeing his Iron Man suit get chipped away, and it's just all very, very good. Now he's able to counter Steve Rogers' punches because he can, his suit can anticipate.
I love that. Look, upon a rewatch, I love that scene because Captain America's wailing away on the Iron Man suit, and Iron Man talks to his AI and he says, "Analyze his attack patterns." He's just going left and right at this point. What are you talking about? He's doing old school punching is what he's doing. Friday should have been like, Tony, just
Put your hands up.
Put your hands up. Wait till he swings a big punch and block it, and then do a big punch on him.
Which is what he does.
Yeah.
Well, you're not wrong. Well, that's a callback to the comic because I think they're fist fighting in that, and he says something like, "I've recorded every punch you've ever thrown." But Zemo wins. Because at the end, Martin Freeman's like, "I'm in these movies now.
That's right.
And
I'll make some appearances.
Yeah.
I'll be in some Black Panther movies.
I'm a Skrull, maybe. I don't know.
I could be a Skrull. Maybe I wear a dashiki at some point.
Maybe. Sometimes in movies at the start, I'm going for a jog.
Maybe I'm going for a jog.
He's going for a jog, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or was that in a show?
That was in a... don't know. Sometimes I meet Elaine.
Yeah, sometimes Elaine's there.
Sometimes Elaine's my girlfriend.
What?
Yep.
Is that in these as well?
One of them. Fuck. Or exes. They're exes or something.
I can't. I used to know everything.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You only know what's in your manifesto.
It's true. Zemo ends up winning. He disbands the Avengers, which was his plan the entire time.
Big fan of Daniel Bruhl, I tell you
Oh
what.
my God, he's crushing it in this.
Did you know that in an issue of the Gentleman's Journal, he was referred to as the golden boy of German film and the undisputed ruler of the European acting elite?
The elite. I don't
Yeah.
like the sound of that, Mason.
And did you
He's
al-
going on my list.
Did you also know, James?
Manifesto.
Did you also know, James, that since 2011 he's been the joint operator of a tapas bar in the Kreuzberg region of Berlin?
You know what's fun about that?
What's
I
that?
can't imagine the profit margin would be huge.
Right.
Like he's making money doing movies like this and
Yeah,
Inglourious
yeah.
Bastards, etc., and television shows where he reappears. He doesn't have to do that.
No.
He's doing it because he loves it.
He's there.
I'm crossing him off my manifesto.
He's there in the kitchen. He's got a little set of tweezers. He's putting the tapas
Yes.
together,
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
God.
This thing's failing all over the place, and he's
Yep.
just putting all his movie money into it.
We love this guy.
I think he's good.
Unless we find out he's crook, in which case we never
We
liked him.
never liked him. Never liked him. We don't know what he's up to over there in Germany.
No, we don't.
Born in Spain.
Really?
Yes.
I'm finding so much about. I'm crossing him off the list again.
You double crossed off Daniel Bruhl. You can do 2 crimes at this point. Or you can do 1 crime and you'll still be
He'll still be all right.
You'll still be all right.
Yeah. Anyway, Paul Rhodey in this, he breaks his legs or back or something. Unless
sure.
he's a Skrull. When did he get swapped out? I know there is a theory on it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Where is it? I think it's after this.
Maybe. Does it matter?
Oh.
It doesn't.
Because the next time we see him in Armor Wars, but probably not, because that's probably cancelled.
Yeah.
He'll be like, "Oh, when I was in that machine, I saw everything as if
I got all my memories given to me.
My memories, I remember. Don't think about it. I wasn't at the funeral, but I was.
Yeah.
So I remember it. I was sad.
Now, mate, so I want to ask you this because, of course, people have discussed this at length.
Oh, yes.
Like, who's right here?
Okay.
Is it Captain America?
Yes.
Or is it Tonal Stark?
No, it's Captain America.
Yeah, and I think it's because, like, in the real world, obviously, you need oversight if you had a team of lunatics running around the world pushing over buildings.
Yeah.
But in a superhero comic book world, one of them's the president's going to be a robot or a big red monster.
Yeah.
Or something. And I feel like, you need sometimes you need the Avengers to get there as quickly as you can in a big jet.
Yeah. Also, Tony Stark, he gets little Peter Parker out of Queens. He puts him in a suit and he gets him to fight the Avengers. Did he get anybody to sign off on that? I doubt it.
Good point.
I doubt it. Do you think he went to Thunderbolt Ross and he's like, I'm going to bring this school kid in on this?
Rules for thee, but not for me,
Hypocritical, isn't it?
Makes you think about
Makes you
things.
think about what billionaires do.
Yeah.
It's cool what they do.
It is cool. Now, you're not going to believe this, Mason, but my son has never seen a movie in the MCU. But we're on school holidays when I had to watch this. And I said, do you want to watch this movie with me? And he went, sure. So this is his first exposure.
You just said you were just talking about earlier about how you need to do homework for this one.
That's correct.
Your son doesn't do homework in the first place. He refuses.
I tell you what, as a former teacher, fuck homework. It's busy work. You shouldn't have to do it. If you get home from school, I'm not saying don't do your homework, you got to do whatever you got to do. But if you get home from school, you shouldn't have to keep working. That's bullshit. It's just conditioning you for the workforce so your boss can call you and be like, hey, I'm some dumb and I need you to do something. I'll bleep that
You're
out.
gonna have to bleep that, yeah.
Anyway, that's what I think of homework.
Okay, anyway, what did your son think of this?
These are his notes or some of the things I wrote down. Okay? That he said.
Did you get him to start his own little manifesto?
No. I just these are some of the things he said. Who's that? What's that? That guy looks like Luke Skywalker. Bucky. He picked it. People are like fan casting him.
Yeah, he looks like Mark Hamill, yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy Barnes.
Jimmy Barnes?
James Buchanan Barnes.
Yeah, that's true.
Never thought about it before.
That's great.
Yeah.
He's Jimmy Barnes.
He is Jimmy Barnes, by the way.
It's the shot of him over the mountain,
And
right?
he's screaming, yeah. Yeah.
He's done other good things also. It's not just that. He's incredible.
But that is his best thing.
Yeah. Here's another one. Oh, damn, I love War Machine. When War Machine turned up. He loves War Machine.
Yeah.
No one should be allowed near the Winter Soldier. This is when he was captured. If this was a crossover, they'd send in Superman.
An intercompany crossover? I don't think we're there yet.
Mate, it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
They'll both fold in on themselves and then they just...
If they were going to send in anybody, they'd send in the Sentry.
Yeah.
But the Sentry doesn't know.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
There's another one. He was Ant-Man. Yeah. That's good, right?
That's good.
How old is Spider-Man? I looked it up. He was 14 in this. Nearly 15.
Oh, that's a crime, I think.
And he said, Tony Stark is not taking care of anyone.
Yeah. It's actually very true. Out of the mouths of babes, you know what I mean?
Now it's time for Trivia America, Civil Trivia. This is a trivia section of the show.
Some Civ Triv.
Yeah, man, you know it. Robert Downey Jr. and Marissa Tomei, they actually briefly dated in the 90s, or a few years, or however long they dated, I don't know.
Sure.
And they did a couple of movies together.
Did they?
Yeah, they did, man, including this one.
Of course, this is, the first appearance of Marissa Tomei.
That's right.
As Aunt May.
Hideous old hag of a woman.
I mean, we've mentioned it before, but good lord. They're just getting wrinklier and wrinklier, these Aunt
Why are
Mays,
they doing it
aren't
like
they?
this?
I don't know.
They're going in the wrong direction.
Yuck.
Yeah. During the airport fight scene, a truck has the Bluth family logo on it.
What?
It's the stair car from Arrested Development. The Russo brothers, they directed a few episodes of that. I think also the pilot. So there you go. The title of this movie when it was announced, you probably remember this, was Captain America Serpent Society. Remember that?
Yeah, that's
It was a good
right.
big joke. And now I think Captain America in the comics is a lizard again or something, or they're bringing in some lizard variation. I think they'll get to Lizard People, the movie. I think we'll get there.
Oh, yeah, you
it was a
think so?
joke when they announced it, but now I feel like, yeah, Captain America, Lizard People, it's a very viable option at this point. Baron Zemo, I saw this on IMDb. Baron Zemo is the first primary antagonist of the MCU in the movies to not be an enhanced supervillain. So I went through this to see whether this is true.
Okay.
So Obadiah Stane is in Iron Man.
Yes.
He has a big suit at the end. Would you call that enhanced? I would say yes, even though it was gas powered.
I would say no, but all right.
Enhanced is, he's got options in terms of...
it's just a person with options. Okay, all right.
He's got options.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. The Incredible Hulk had The Abomination. Iron Man 2 had Whiplash, but it also had Justin Hammer. Would you call him the primary antagonist?
No, I wouldn't, no.
Okay,
No.
there you go.
He's a big loser.
Yeah.
He can dance.
That is good.
That's enhanced, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that Sam Rockwell enhanced.
Yeah.
Hammer, not so much.
I agree. Thor had Loki. Captain America, the First Avenger, had Red Skeleton. Avengers had Loki. Iron Man 3 had Lava Guy Pearce. Thor, the Dark Thor, had elves. Captain America Winter Soldier had both Robert Redford and the Winter Soldier.
That's true.
Would you call Robert Redford enhanced with those big teeth? I'm Robert Redford. I got big teeth now.
I'm the head of Security Council now.
I mean, he wasn't the primary antagonist, was he?
Correct.
Yeah. Age of Ultron had a robot. Ant-Man had yellow Ant-Man. And of course...
See, that's just a guy in a suit.
Yeah.
I don't think they count.
That's enhanced though, isn't it?
Yes.
He had options.
He had options.
And then that brings us to Captain America Big Airport Fight that had Zemo. So I guess if you're not counting super suits, that is technically true.
I mean, he had a big EMP in a hotel room cupboard.
He had options.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He could have bought that big drowning sink to the final battle. Last bit of trivia. Marvel producer Kevin Feige, he informed the writers that they could use Spider-Man in this film and the MCU by opening the writer's room door, making the iconic Spider-Man hand sign, and then leaving without saying a word. I would want more information.
I would also, yeah.
Like, what does that mean? Now, the box office for this, on a budget of $250 million. Big movie.
Big movie.
It made $1.1 billion. Over, actually. Which is, I mean, these Captain America movies, they got big. They got big pretty quick. Mm-hmm. And of course, we've been doing this every week. We've been talking about Chris Evans' salary. It's a segment called Getting Paid, probably.
Okay.
The probably is not part of the... No, Ben put it in. This segment's called Getting Paid, probably.
Nice.
So we know with the first Captain America movie, he started at $300,000.
Okay.
Which isn't very good.
Yeah.
Might as well do it for nothing.
Yeah.
Waste of time. For this one, he got $15 million.
Not bad.
Which you might think is pretty good. But guess what Robert Downey Jr. got?
Did he get 50 or
He
something?
got 40. So that's less than what you said.
Yeah.
So it's not doesn't sound that good now, does it?
No. Embarrassing.
Yeah. So it makes sense why this cost $250 million. Because there is some floating head CGI in this. And they probably had to cut some corners.
Do you think, to add to the antagonism between Tony Stark and Steve Rogers, do you think they told them their salaries ahead of time?
Yeah. I think they probably made him sign in the same room.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right, Mason, as promised last week, I said I'd climb a flagpole for real.
That's true.
We're going to go back. We're going to do it again.
The very same
same spot.
that haunted and taunted you.
It was a joke.
And taunted you for weeks.
It was a joke that I didn't do it. So this is me showing everybody that I'm brave and strong.
Okay. A brave, strong boy like Captain America.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Would you say he inspired you? Or would you say you inspired him?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Also, like, it's a big deal that I can do this. New Captain America's got wings. He doesn't even need to do this shit.
It's true.
I'm incredible if I pull this off, which I would, because I was joking that I couldn't do it.
Okay. Yeah, so we're recording now.
Hello, everyone. We're back. This is real. The last one was a joke, as mentioned. This is real.
This is real talk.
Should we just get straight into it?
Well, I was going to say on the way over here, you said to me, oh my God, I can't believe I agreed to this. To who?
I can't believe you talked me into it.
I didn't want you to do this.
I don't want to do
You're
it
doing
either.
this on your own. Now, also before we start, how much practice have you done between the last failure and this failure? Zero.
Donut, but in the mind.
In the you've simulated this in your mind. You've used the Tony Stark bath technology to simulate your memories. Okay, he's doing it. This is better, I think. Yep, he's getting there. He's also taking his shoes off, which I think was a tactic. And I said, don't give away your feet for free. But he's committed to it, and he's doing well. James, you're doing it. Believe in yourself. Don't give up now.
What if I gave up now?
You've only got one go in you, I'm pretty sure. James, you're nearly there. You're nearly there. Just have to touch the top, I reckon, and that counts. Oh my God, look at this. He's doing it.
Was that a sad slide down?
No, it was like when the Ghostbusters go down a pole. It's cool and quirky.
Sad as I was sliding.
Oh.
But I did it, didn't I?
Yeah, you sure did it, man.
Did you see the flag I put at the top?
Yeah, that was real cool, how you did that.
Also, I did upper body workout this morning, so...
Oh, yeah.
Normally, we'll come back next week.
Oh, next week.
Come back next week.
What are we doing next week?
This.
Okay, great.
Just this.
Okay, terrific.
Wow. We've come to the end of the Captain America trilogy.
We did it.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it wasn't hard. They're good movies.
Yeah, they're good to watch.
Do you think this is overall the best Marvel trilogy?
Yeah, I don't really think it is a trilogy.
No, I mean, it's not really.
Yeah, I mean, Guardians is great.
It is very consistently good.
It'd be between this and Guardians or Ant-Man.
Come on, man. Don't even joke about it, all right?
Anyways, if you like this, we actually have early videos. Did you know that?
So true. I knew.
Over at bigsandwich.co. It's like our private Patreon service. It's $9 a month if you do want to sign up. We do bonus movie commentaries. We've actually got one for Black Widow because we thought there's a Captain America bloke in that, and Thunderbolts is also coming up.
Oh, yeah, hell
Let's do a
yeah.
Black Widow commentary.
That's right.
Let's rewatch that movie that should have come out in 2017.
Did it?
No.
Oh.
Oh, it's right.
Yeah.
We also do video game Let's Plays. I recently played Marvel Rivals. If you do want to check that out, we do bonus podcasts. Also, our podcast, The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. That comes out there early every week. Of course, we're going to do an episode on the new Captain America, Big Brave Bird. I can't wait to see how that turns out. And by that, I mean, is the Red Hulk in it for more than 5 minutes? I doubt it, probably. Anyways, here's a hint towards next week. That sound good?
I've seen Daredevil so many times.
Yeah, but what if you saw it again?
Oh, it's... Oh.
For views.
Oh.
For content. You can watch the Coolio cut.
James, it's the bad old days.
And then we can watch Elektra.
Oh, they're not good. They're not good movies.
I don't mind it. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you so much to Ben and Lawrence for the edit.
Thank you, Ben and Lawrence.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
We'll see you at Bar Rival.
What?
We'll see you there for some tapas.
Oh, is that down?
Yeah, we'll see you there.
How much is he paying for marketing? How much money is he squandering towards us?
It says $40 million.
Okay, great. That's good for us.
I think so too.
Let's not do Daredevil. Let's just quit.
Let's quit. Let's quit and promote this tapas bar full time.
But we should do Elektra, though. We will talk about Elektra.
Ah,
Bye, everyone.
bye.